from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back. Welcome back. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back indeed. Today is, what's today? Monday.
It's always Monday.
October 26th. It's
Groundhog Day!
It's not always October 26th, though.
That's true.
October 26th, 2020. On this day in 1870,
Yes.
the Weather Bureau makes its first official weather forecast.
Really?
In an unrelated story, tomorrow is the anniversary of thousands of picnics ruined by surprise rainstorms.
Oh, come on.
By accident or on purpose, you're watching That'll Learn Ya with me, Michael Buster McMahon. And people say I don't respond well to criticism.
That's true.
I say, what do those stupid drooling jerks know anyway?
Exactly.
Yeah. Joining me is my pal and producer, Peter Coles. Now, he was in a shipping accident years ago, and he was stranded on a deserted island. Fortunately, when his mortgage fell due, Bank of America found him and rescued him.
Absolutely.
Today on the show, cool stories about some great songs. Plus, if we have time, we'll discuss the events that led up to the 1967 Silver Bridge collapse in West Virginia. But we probably won't have time for that.
Oh, come on. I just saw a show about that a couple of weeks ago.
That's weird.
It's really weird.
Connected to Mothman?
Yeah.
Yep. So give us a buzz at 687-1820. What's the number?
642-9039. I had to think about that.
586-1850.
All right, you tell them what it is. 642-9039. Just say it.
642-9039.
Who's that?
Some of our students that are in here. with
Okay.
us.
642. So, hey, I said I wanted interns. Do I have interns?
Sort of. They're my interns, not yours.
Oh, okay. All right.
And since there's only one of you out there, I'm leaving you alone in the studio. They're learning the background operation.
642-9039.
Look at that retention.
Look at that. Well, I also wrote it down. Hey, you know what? I have a
Still
problem.
retention.
We've all had jobs where we've gone to work and there's like a meeting or
Yep.
somebody surprises you with like donuts, a box of donuts.
Yep,
That's
box of
happened.
donuts, yep.
Yeah. But people have to stop just giving the power of donut selection to the people behind the counter. You know,
Why?
Because they say, "Oh, just give me a variety." Because they always pawn off donuts that nobody wants.
That's true.
In these boxes,
Yes.
and like the Munchkins too. I mean, look, we all love. I think honey dip, jelly, and chocolate. Aren't we all? I mean, isn't there a donut in that would make you happy? Like
yeah, okay.
But no, they always like pawn off. Like I can eat a plain donut, but
Yep.
it's not my
Plain
favorite.
donut.
But they pawn off that cinnamon one. They pawn off that one that looks like a snow tire that doesn't taste like it's cooked all the way through.
A snow tire.
Yeah, it's got like
The
ridges.
poofy one? Oh, the poofy, the flaky
Yeah,
donut?
it doesn't taste like it's been cooked properly the whole way.
That's because it's like an egg batter. It's
Just-
like eating a cream puff.
Just say, listen, give me donuts. And not that I'm not appreciative of donuts at a meeting.
It sounds like you're not appreciative
I'm just
of it.
saying, because if you get there late or, a lot of times at work, I work third shift, and what's left is the box. And I'm like, oh, donuts. And I open up, and it's like the cinnamon donut, or I'm like, what the? No, just tell them. Say, look, give me
Bring in your own bag of donuts.
3 jelly, 3 honey dip, 3 chocolate, and everyone will be happy. Or that 4, and 4. Everybody will be happy.
I've done that before instead of doing the assortment.
But I'm just saying you
Or
can't.
I'll buy 1 dozen like with the stuff that I know that people like, and then I buy the assortment. And well, it depends on where you go to.
You can't.
If you go to Mrs. Murphy's, there's not a bad donut in the
You
house.
can't give the power of selection to the person behind the counter because they're going to pawn off donuts nobody wants. I'm telling you, they do that. I'm sure they train people that way. And when they ask for a variety donut,
Yeah.
throw in the this crazy one that nobody buys because
Gotcha.
we gotta get rid of it. Remember the Dunkin' donut, the actual Dunkin' donut? It had a handle.
Yes, I do
Yes.
remember that.
They don't have that anymore, do they?
No.
No.
Well, they
right.
got rid of donuts.
I don't know
anyways.
why I was thinking about donuts.
They got rid of donuts in the title, anyways. It's just now Dunkin'.
Really? It's
Yeah.
not Dunkin' Donuts at all?
Correct.
Why?
Because they felt that they didn't want to be pigeonholed by the word donut.
It's like when Kentucky Fried Chicken said, we're KFC now because we don't want to be known for fried. But that's what you are. You're fried.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, who goes to Kentucky Fried Chicken and asks for like the baked chicken
Or grilled.
or the grilled chicken? You don't do that.
Right.
You're going elsewhere for that. You fried chicken, boom. You're a fried chicken player. That's what I say. All the time people say, "Oh, you're a blackjack player. Why don't you play craps?" I'm like, look, McDonald's shouldn't be selling pizza. I know they've tried, but they shouldn't
McPizza, I
be doing
remember
that. You're good at what you do. Stick at what you do.
Well, you want to diversify like Friendly's did. And
Anyway,
failed.
which is funny because I that reminds me, I didn't finish my my opening,
Okay.
and it kind of ties in nicely.
8 minutes later.
All right, find something you're bad at and just don't do it.
Gotcha.
There you go. All right, this isn't what we do. We don't just blab.
Like
But,
Dunkin' don't become a restaurant, become a Dunkin' Donuts place.
Do you remember when this was like in the 90s, Burger King tried for a while table service? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Yes, they tried a table service. They put popcorn on the tables, and they would actually have somebody come over.
What, do they want to be the ground round?
I guess that's what they were trying to do. It didn't work.
I missed the ground
It's
round.
just- yeah, I liked the ground round. I loved that cheese broccoli soup that they had. That was really good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I missed the peanut
Are they all
shells.
gone?
Yeah.
They're all gone.
I believe they are.
I think like the last one wasn't like in the
Eastern
Hampshire Mall or
Mass.
something.
There was one in Eastern Mass for
Yeah.
a long time.
That's too bad.
I missed the. It was a great place to go.
I miss Ponderosa.
That's going old school.
Yes, but what was great about Ponderosa, you order a meal, but they give you you get the salad bar and the hot bar, and the hot bar had wings and like I think ribs and all this other stuff.
Well, if you're gonna go that route, I miss Abdal's breakfast buffet.
Yeah, that was good too. But like you'd fill up on the hot bar. And
These
then
kids have no idea what we're even talking
by
about.
the time the meal
They're
came,
like
you
sitting
say
here going, huh?
you say wrap it up. I'll bring and you'd have a meal later on. It was sweet.
These two kids have no idea what we're talking about. You know that, right? This
fine.
is like way beyond their time frame.
They have a doomed existence anyway. So not to.
Thanks, just cut them off with the
Yeah,
kneecaps while you're doing it.
not to paint, a black future, but we had better cars, we had better music, and we had better.
In your
restaurants.
humble opinion.
No, I think it's scientifically proven. Anyway, unfortunately, this seems like how we have to start off every show lately is we have to, unfortunately, we lost
Somebody
a couple
passed
people.
away?
We lost Spencer Davis, and we lost Tony Lewis, the lead singer of Outfield. So we've got to address that. I always love this story. I've told the story a couple of times on the show. It's one of my favorite stories. The Spencer Davis group was struggling a bit, and their record company said, I enough of you knuckleheads. We've rented a studio. We want you to get there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we want you to record a new song. And they're like, 9 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, yes, 9 o'clock in the morning. You better be there, okay? Or there's going to be consequences if you're not there. So they actually showed up. And they're like, what do you want to do? I don't know. And they just start jamming. And they just sort of improvised.
What they did with a Hammond organ on this song is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Steve Winwood just starts yelling, "Give me some lovin'" to it. And by noon, they've written it, they've recorded it, it's all set. So meanwhile, the record company says, all right, I wonder if those knuckleheads ever showed up.
They get it at the crack of noon.
So they pull in at noon, and they notice that the band's not there.
Yeah.
And they have a fit. Like, are you kidding me? I can't believe this. We told them to be here by 9 o'clock. It's noon, and they're not here. So they go looking for him. And they actually see him at a neighborhood cafe. They're eating. And like, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, we're eating. Genius, we're eating. And like, you're supposed to be recording a song. We did. Oh, you did you? Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, I bet it is. Okay, you wrote and recorded this song in 3 hours. Yeah. Get back in the studio. I got to hear this thing. And,
did they let him finish their lunch?
They
must
Maybe they
have.
took it to go. I don't know. They get there. They play, and they're like, yeah, that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's one of their best. This song has endured the test of time.
It sure has, and it's great. And we lost Spencer Davis at the age of 81.
Wow.
He died of pneumonia. Here is that song that was just thrown together because they had a gun to their head. Give me some lovin'. 89.5 WSKB.
Well, my time went down. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Since you've been gone, there's something I wanna say. Since you've been gone, there's no one taking your place. Since you've been gone, I've just been fooling around. Since you've been gone, this world's been turned upside down. Didn't think I'd find a girl that I could not forget. Anything we started not so long ago ain't over yet. Since you've been gone, staring at your photograph, and I know it won't be long, and I know you're coming back. You turn me on. Since the first time I set eyes on you, you turn me on. All the things that you want me to do, but don't get me wrong, 'cause you're not the only girl I've ever had since you've been gone. Girl, you know that the thought of you's driving me mad. All I do is think of you. I lie awake, and no matter how I try, this loneliness, you know I can't take. Since you've been gone, staring at your photograph, and I know it won't be long, and I know you're coming back. Yeah. Since you've been gone, there's something I wanna say. Since you've been gone, there's no one to stand in my way. Since you've been gone, I'm so scared of losing this time. Since you've been gone, girl, you know that I can't get you out of my life. Since you've been gone, staring at your photograph, and I know that I was wrong, and I know you're coming back. Since you've been gone, I tried my best to read between the lines. If some things are hard to say, you better tell me one more time. Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
The Outfield. With lead singer
You
Tony
had a
Luke.
big thing about the outfield because we play them a lot.
Yeah, I like the outfield.
relatively speaking.
Tony Lewis, we lost him this week. 61. It wasn't really announced what he died from, and I didn't make any follow-up phone calls.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's been announced since, but 61 years old. 6 years ago, another member of the band, they were a trio. He died at age 60, and Tony Lewis was very upset that his friend died, and he never really got over it, and he stopped making music for a long time. Finally, his wife said, "You really got to get back in the. You're really good at it. You should get back into music." And he's like, "It's not going to be the same." She's like, "Well, I'll help you." And it turns out she was a pretty good songwriter, song lyricist. So they got together and they recorded.
Revived.
They went out and they recorded a couple things. Of course, it wasn't a hit because it wasn't a hip hop auto-tuned mess. So it was not a hit. But actually, the outfield always did better in America. When you're a British band, you want to conquer America, and the outfield did. Well, they didn't conquer it, but. They did
okay.
They had but they didn't do well on their own.
I remember the outfield as a band.
Mm-hmm.
I just was never super on my radar.
Yeah, they had some great stuff, and it's funny that song. I had a reminder of a jerky thing I did once. That song reminded me. I know you're gonna be shocked, but sometimes I do jerky things.
Can you see my shocked face?
I didn't know if you wanted to argue with me or anything.
Nope. I'll let you hang yourself.
My college radio partner in the 90s, my on-again, off-again girlfriend, apparently that song had a bad memory for her with a previous boyfriend.
Okay.
And she was doing something that cheesed me off, and I played the song on the radio show.
You did it just to spite her?
A little bit.
That's not cool.
But you know what? I don't remember what it was. My favorite radio story from back then.
Yes.
I think I've told it on the air a long time ago. As I said, we were on again, off again.
Yep. And you were in a little closet in Ely Hall.
Yes, we were in the college, and we played the song "More Than Words" by Extreme.
Okay.
Like 6 months before anybody else did. It was like on the record. The record came out. It was like the third release from the song.
I remember that.
Yeah, we were playing it before anybody else did. And it wasn't our song or anything, but it's just when the song became a hit, we're like, well, that's because of us,
You identified with it.
We pushed it, and look, it's the big hit that is now. So she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. So she leaves, she goes to the bathroom, and I get a phone call. It's a girl. It sounds like it could be her disguising her voice. She's like, can you please play More Than Words for my friend? I hope he knows how much he really does mean to me. I'm like, oh.
Wow.
I'm like, I said, well, this is a release. I said, well, I suspect he probably knows, but yes, I'll play it. So I'm like, now my college girlfriend, she was funny, she was pretty, she was smart, she wasn't sweet, and she used to get mad at me. I said, well, you're not sweet. I said, well, I'm sorry, you're not perfect, okay? You're not very sweet. Look,
I met her. She was very nice.
No.
That wasn't the one.
No, you've never met
okay.
Kathy.
You
met Michelle.
Who did I meet right before she moved to Ireland?
That was Katie, but Katie was not a girlfriend.
Okay.
So your little story is killing my big story.
All right,
that's
sorry.
So she used to yell at me. She's like, "What do you mean I'm not sweet?" I'm like, "Well, look you're yelling at me right now. You're not a sweet person." So like, well, this is something this qualifies as sweet. So she comes back in and she's like, "Oh, you're playing More Than Words." I'm like, "Yeah, I got a request for it." So when the song is over, the girl who called on the radio station and thanked me for playing it, and I'm looking right at Kathy, and I'm like, "Oh no, no, this was supposed to be you playing it." And then I was mad at her, which it wasn't
nothing
her
to
fault.
do with her.
It wasn't her fault. I was just like, this is a sweet thing she did, and then I was mad. But that's not why I played the song. We used to cheese each other off all the time.
Gotcha.
But anyway,
we should fit in More Than Words somewhere in the thing.
We don't have to do that. But I mean, eventually we can.
I actually like that song.
It is. It's a good song. But I'm going to play another outfield song because I do like the outfield.
Yes.
I could not decide between which of these two songs to do, so I'm going to do this one. And are the kids listening?
Yeah.
Okay. It's very easy to find song lyrics now. Like if you can't understand what they're saying, you can look it up on the internet. We didn't have the internet. So
it's true.
You had to, if there was a lyric and it's about halfway through the song, I must have rewound that tape. Okay? And just like for a couple seconds. And I must have played it 200 times trying to figure out what the heck he was saying. It's, I know you say you just don't know how long you'll wait. That's the actual lyric. And
the only other option was just to buy the The album
Yeah,
or
no,
the disc?
Yeah, I had the.
And
the
they didn't
cassette
have
tape.
the-
They didn't have the lyrics. Not everybody gave you lyrics.
Okay.
They didn't give you lyrics, and it drove me absolutely crazy. That yeah, it took me forever. It took me years because eventually on the internet I found out the lyric. I know you say you just don't know how long you'll wait. It's in the second verse, and you're gonna hear it clear as a bell now because you know what the heck he's saying. But back in 1980,
It confounded you.
1987, 1986 when this came out.
Yep.
No idea where it was coming from. The album Play Deep. Here's Every Time You Cry, 89.5 WSKB.
I'm not the one to tell you what clothes to wear. I'm not the one who talks about your hair. I'm not the one to show you how I feel inside. I'm not the one to say how much I care. Every time you cry, I cry just a little bit, cry just a little bit. When you say goodbye, I cry just a little bit, cry just a little bit more. I know it's late. I guess I should have called today. I know you're tired of waiting by the phone. I know you said you just don't know how long you'll wait. I know that you can live your life alone. Every time you cry, I cry just a little bit, cry just a little bit. When you say goodbye, I cry just a little bit, cry just a little bit more. And
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
I put my hand on your stocking. I was moving nice and slow. Get my fingers do the walking, and it ain't far to go. Don't tell me I don't wanna be a girl like that. Do you wanna see a grown man cry? You don't wanna be a girl like that. Maybe this could be the first time. This could be the first time. Naughty, naughty, loud and bold. Tease me. Take it easy. Hug and squeeze and naughty, naughty, naughty. I'm a naughty, naughty guy. Bedroom eyes, they undress me, shake me, cut me to the bone. Lace and satin, pressed against me, shut with cold, a chaperone. Don't tell me I don't wanna be a girl like that. Do you wanna see a grown man cry? You don't wanna be a girl like that. Maybe this could be the first time. This could be the first time. Naughty, naughty, cute and horny. Tease me. Take it easy. Hug and squeeze me. Love out of line. If your hair hung down and your dress riding high, and your eyes burning hot like the sun, kiss me hard, squeeze me tight, wanna love you all night. So I'm a naughty, naughty, naughty guy. You don't wanna be a girl like that. Maybe this could be the first time, the very first time. Naughty, naughty, cute and horny. Tease me. Take it easy. Hug and squeeze and naughty, naughty, naughty. I'm a naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty, cute and horny. Tease me. Naughty, naughty, loud and bold. Love out of line.
Okay, I feel like you ever see that Bugs Bunny cartoon where Bugs Bunny is doing the he's got Daffy Duck, he's doing crazy things with Daffy Duck's animation. That's you there with all these video screens there.
Yes.
And I think Elmer Fudd did it to Bugs Bunny too, so Elmer Fudd got a little bit of revenge on.
I was showing the students perspective shots.
Gotcha, that's what you're doing. So
Yes.
people listening on the radio, they don't know what you're doing, but you're doing all these crazy things with the video. Yeah, see like that. That's
Extreme close up.
yeah, you can see my my receding my hairline pretty well in that shot though. I'm still adorable, but I'm Nice.
Do you hear him laughing behind
I
me?
do. That's John Parr's better song, I think. St. Elmo's Fire was the bigger hit, but John Parr could rock when he wanted to. Now, he came up with this really kooky riff, and he didn't know what to do with it, so he's in the studio, and he's just kind of messing around with it. And the keyboard player tried to keep up with him, but it was a weird riff, and the bass player joined in, and nobody could quite get it right, but he's like, you know what?
Sounds okay anyway.
You just trying to get to it sounds kind of cool. And he said it was a happy accident that they were trying to keep up with him and try to like match what he was doing, and he couldn't quite do it, but it worked.
Oh, yeah, it definitely worked.
That song rocked.
That song was the basis for a mega mix that I have that's about 18 minutes long.
Really?
And that song is featured prominently in a lot of the song, yeah.
It's a good song, and I don't think we've ever played it before.
No, we have not.
And more people should play it.
I would agree with that.
Because like one of my things that drives me crazy when radio stations say, hey, up next, John Parr. You know darn well it's St. Elmo's Fire. It's not going to be Naughty Naughty.
That's his big hit.
Yeah, but Naughty Naughty was a better tune. That's more fun. Don't you like?
I would agree with you.
All right, like you're in the radio. Naughty Naughty comes on. You're leaving it on. St. Elmo's Fire comes on. You're changing the channel. You've heard that.
No, you've
song.
heard it a million times.
You've heard it a
And
million times. You don't want to hear it.
it's not
again.
the greatest song.
It's not a great song.
I mean, it's good for what it is.
Good. Well, we agree.
Yeah.
I like it today. You're fun and you're agreeable today.
I'm somewhat awake.
That's
Last
nice.
week, I think when I came in, I was exhausted.
Can you do the Watusi?
The Batusi or the Watusi?
The Watusi.
No, might be able to do the Batusi though.
Maybe the
Yeah, the Batusi. Yeah.
So there are 3 songs about the Watusi dance. This was the second song and the biggest hit about the dance. It went to number 2. The first was the Watusi. I went to number 25, and the third one was El Watusi. Went to number 17. But this was, if you're talking, all right, you want to talk about,
Quintessential Watusi song.
yeah, if you want to talk about what's the better John Parr song, that's a
Sure, yeah,
We've
yeah.
had that discussion already.
Yeah.
But
Put it to bed.
now, if you want to talk about what was the best song about the Watusi, I mean, how can you argue this? I mean, this is the one right here by the Orleans.
Now, see, this is where you drive me nuts because you should play all 3 at this point.
No, we're not playing 3 songs. No.
Well, we could have a poll for the listeners.
No. Look, if I thought the listeners would actually, if I thought 100 listeners would actually take part in the poll, maybe. But,
Okay.
No, we're not going to play 3 songs in the Watusi. That would bore people. We're playing one.
I don't know. I think Tom Convery
And-
would find it good.
Probably, but as much as I like Tom Convery, we're not trying to cater to. If you're a radio station catering to one person, you will eventually fail.
Well, once in a while you can do it.
What's great too about songs from this era, like if you don't like this song, it's over in like 2.5 minutes. So,
That's true.
yeah, so you don't have to. How long is that song?
2.5 minutes.
It's 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Here's the Orleans and the Wah Watusi, 89.5 WSKB.
Girl is a really smart. Come on and take a chance and get her with this dance. Baby, baby, when you do that fly, your arms are wasted waving in the sky. Come on and hold me like a lover should. What you see makes you feel so good. Oh baby, it's the dance made up for romance.
to do.
What to see? Come on and take a chance and get with this dance. What to see? Oh, baby, it's the dance.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Got your hand on the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying get that together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized it's my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you've forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hooked and now I'm on a hoodwink, cause I make you stop think. You think you're looking at acting, man. Some fish to the dish, although I like the shallots, just I like the sushi. Never touch a frying pan, hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Speak like Leanne rhymes, because I'm all about value. Bert Kemper's got the mad hits. You trying to match wits, you trying to hold me, but I bust through. Gonna make a break and take a fake, I like a stinking egg and shake, I like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. Gotta see the show, cause if you know the vertigo is gonna roll, cause it's a dangerous, you'll have to sign a waiver. Can't help it if I think you're funny when you're mad. You're trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, but you soon will. Have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. Have a history of taking off my shirt.
1 week since you looked at me. Threw your arms in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me. I still got the rug burns on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. I realized it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you. Yesterday you've forgiven me, so now I sit back and wait till you say you're sorry.
China, the Chinese chicken, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain starts ticking. Watching X-Files with the lights on, or down the mains on. Or hope there's smoky man's in this one like Harrison, bored of getting frantic. I sing a fan trick, I sing is guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make mad films, yeah I don't make films, but if I did they'd have a samurai. Gonna get a centimeter, I'm gonna buy the comment tiny enough to so my arms are always flying up the backswing. Gonna get into my Sailor Moon, cause Argentina's got the boom that on me, babe. Make me think the wrong thing. I can't help it if I think you're funny when you're mad. You're trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean, you soon will. Have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. Have a history of losing my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Dropped your arm to the side and said I'm sorry. 5 days since I laughed at you. Said you guessed it just what I thought you were gonna do. 3 days since the living room. Realized we're both to blame, but what could we do? Yesterday, you just smiled at me. Said it'll still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. Still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. Still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. Breaks my sticky, I'm home off the robbing.
Bare Naked Ladies.
The only band I know that ever bootlegged themselves. No, seriously.
Huh?
I was at that show.
You were at
the show you heard.
Really?
Just now.
Wow. It sounds like a pretty happy crowd.
From February 20th, 2004.
So you did that on purpose. Sometimes you accidentally do a live one.
No, this one I actually bought the album.
You did this on purpose to put the live version.
Right. They bootlegged every single show. They recorded every single show of the tour. And it was the only tour that I've ever known since or before that you could buy the actual show you went to. And that's in my collection.
So, I'm sorry, where'd you say it was?
That was at Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun. Huh. Sounds like a good crowd that they got there.
Yeah, and it wasn't like they played 3 shows there, and it wasn't like they recorded one show and did the best of Uncasville.
Yeah.
They actually dated every show, and you bought the actual recording. They just segmented it for tracks.
Did you hear yourself yell?
I was up in the upper decks, man.
So no, you saw it.
And that was one of the first. That was the first major date with my ex-wife.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at this. We're reminiscing.
I had a story behind the story.
The name of the song is 1 Week, and kind of interestingly enough, it went to number 1 for 1 week.
Yep.
And the band said, had we known that, we would have named the song 58 Weeks. Had we known that we had the power of its own destiny.
Suggestion.
Yeah, they kind of doomed the song for limited success by naming it 1 Week.
They were a great party band.
It sounds like, yeah.
They were. It was a. I still recall the show to this day. It was so much fun.
What year was it?
2004.
2004.
Before they broke up, but I always loved better than the fully produced version of that. The big produced, the one you hear on the radio. I love the bluegrass version of it.
Yep.
It was really. I don't know. I like the sound of it.
At the top of the hour, comedian Patty Punch is going to be joining us. That's a great name for a comedian, isn't it?
Hey, she's not going to hurt me, is she?
Patty Punch? No, she won't hurt you.
Okay.
She's a very sweet lady.
You need to give me your phone number so I can ring her up.
I will.
Okay.
I will. Of course, I will do that.
Okay.
It's
otherwise we won't have a guest at the top of the hour.
Now this song was kind of a remake of itself.
Really?
So this guy is named Mike Shapiro comes up with this really cool instrumental, and he's a saxophone player, and he comes up with this really cool instrumental, and then later he joins a band, the Atlanta Rhythm Section, and he's like, well, I got this cool instrumental, and they're like, that is cool, and so they put lyrics to it, and it becomes a hit. Now here's the funny story. We don't know if that's Mike Shapiro playing saxophone on this, because during this record, apparently Shapiro was very difficult to get along with, and they threw him out of the studio sometimes. And Shapiro claims that he's playing saxophone on this, and some other band members are like, nah, that was the day he was being a jerk. We got rid of him. We had a session saxophone player play.
A stand-in.
We don't know who's telling the truth. So here is a great Halloween song.
That's true.
But who's actually playing saxophone? I don't really care. Do you care who's playing saxophone?
No, not really. No.
But so I mean, if you're really good at saxophone, try to listen very carefully. See if it sounds like Mike Shapiro or if it sounds like some session musician.
Yeah, like we're gonna know.
Yeah, and then make your own
sometimes
decision.
session musicians play it better than the real guys.
Sometimes they do. Here is the Classics 4 and Spooky, 89.5 WSKB.
First you say no, you got some plans for tonight. Just like a ghost, you've been haunting my dreams. I propose on Halloween. Love is kind of crazy with a spooky renegade like you. Spooky, spooky, yeah, Lord, Lord, I said spooky.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield. I was trying to explain sticks to our two students in here.
What'd you tell them?
I was like, they kind of went for an operatic sound a little bit, and they're very full with a very small band using keyboards and synthesizers and things like that.
Sticks there, they were great. They were absolutely great. So
Yeah.
who was the angry young man in the song? Well, Tommy Shaw wrote the song, and he sang it. And according to him, supposedly, it was about Dennis DeYoung. Not bitterly either.
Really?
He's like, you know what? We're touring, and we're having success, and this guy just seemed absolutely miserable. He didn't particularly enjoy touring, and he was more of a stay-at-home guy. And he goes in a very subtle way. I was just basically saying that, there's a lot of great stuff going on, and you should enjoy it more. And
Sure.
It was frustrating for me to see somebody so talented and loved, but not getting more out of the experience.
Well, but Dennis DeYoung seems to me, and all the stories you've told about him, is a really serious introvert.
Yeah.
And that's very hard for an introvert to go out on a stage like that. It's got to be terrifying.
Believe it or not, I am an introvert.
No, you're not.
No, ask my wife. She'll tell you I am an introvert, but I do love the stage. I absolutely love the stage.
So you have your notch filter.
There is Stage Michael.
Yeah, like a notch filter. Yeah.
But overall, I'm content. Just a lot of times
you are a very creature of habit.
I am, and a lot of times if the wife gives me the option, like, hey, we can go here, or if you want, you can stay home. Usually, I will say, okay, I'll stay home. I'm fine with that.
You're definitely a creature of habit.
I am. I like what I like, because you know why? Because I've been around 6 decades now or so, and or
5.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, zeros, 10s, 20s. Crap, 7. I've been around 7 decades.
You only dabbled in the 60s, though.
So? I was
like
still there.
1 year in the 60s.
I was rolling around in my own filth, throwing up, but that's the way a lot of people spent
That doesn't count.
That's the way a lot of people spent the 60s. Oh.
Yeah, they were adults.
So what?
They were adults, though.
All right, in the next segment, we will have Patty Punch join us. This song is kind of cool. Surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, this song was written by a Arkansas high school principal, because basically he was trying to get his kids to learn stuff. And so he wrote this
educational
Yeah,
piece?
he wrote this song so they could sing it along, so they could learn a little bit about history. And he had a bunch of them. But this particular one made it all the way to Johnny Horton. And Johnny Horton liked it so much he recorded it. It became a pretty big hit. Here's the Battle of New Orleans, 89.5 WSKB.
In 1814, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we caught the bloody British in a town in New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run it on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. We looked down a river and we see the British come, and there must have been 100 of them beating on the drum. They stepped so high and they made the bugles ring. We stood beside our cotton bales and didn't say a thing. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run it on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Old Hickory said we could take them by surprise if we didn't fire muskets till we looked them in the eye. We held our fire till we see their faces well. Then we opened up our squirrel guns and really gave them well. We fired our guns and the British kept coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run it on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. We fired our cannon till the barrel melted down, so we grabbed an alligator and we fought another round. We filled his head with cannonballs and powdered his behind, and when we touched the powder off, the gator lost his mind. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run it on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast that the hounds couldn't catch them on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, and advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Company, always on the run. Destiny is a rising sun. Oh, I was born, 6-gun in my hand. Behind a gun, I make my final stand. That's why they call me bad company, and I can't deny bad company till the day I die. Till the day I die. Till the day I die. Rebel souls, deserters we are called. Chose a gun and threw away the sword. Now these towns, they all know our name. 6-gun sound is our claim to fame. I can hear them say, bad company, and I won't deny. Bad company, till the day I die. Till
Bad Company. Now, I don't know whose idea it was, but Paul Rogers was having trouble with the vocals, trying to record just the way he wanted to get it done.
Yep.
So they set up a right in the middle of a field at midnight. They set up all the wires and everything. Took 3 hours to set everything up. He went out. He did it in one take. He says, "Yeah, that's good." I would have taken a second take just in case, but
if you're happy with it, you know.
He was happy with it, and it worked. I think that's a little over dramatic, but who are we to argue? It doesn't sound like it was recorded in the middle of a field.
Listen,
at
Aerosmith
midnight,
did Toys in the Attic in an old monastery.
Yeah,
in
but
different rooms.
Okay, but I don't know. Setting up in the middle of a field seems a little crazy to me. I'll tell you who's not crazy. Is there Patty Punch? Patty, are you there?
Yes, Patty Punch is here. I'm right here. Is this Michael Buster McMahon?
Yes, it is, Patty. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Okay. How are you?
I'm good. It's funny. I've had a few comedians on the show, but you are the very first comedian on that I've never done a show with, and I hopefully that can change someday.
Oh, okay. Well, not too soon, I don't think, the way things are going, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was going to. That's my first question is, what have you been doing to flex your comedy muscles? I know sometimes stand-up comedians, they go crazy without an audience. What have you been doing?
I keep telling myself I'm going to organize everything I have, but do you think I've done that yet?
Probably not. Wait. It's just so easy. You plan to do that, but then you're like, well, when Matlock's on,
I can sleep 3 more hours.
I'll tell you something. I really love doing nothing.
It's so easy to do it, but you don't know when you're finished with it, and
yeah, it's perfect for me. Believe me, no one is better at doing nothing than I am. Trust me.
This is Patty Punch. Now, Patty, what was your last show then? When was your last time you had an audience?
Oh, gee, a while back in March.
Now, did you know that was going to be it for a while, or were you just like a little blindsided a bit?
Well, no, I won't. I'm afraid to go to the grocery store now. We're in a red zone. And I got an emergency alert on my phone the other day, like the day before yesterday. Stay in the house. Don't go to any gatherings. It's like a red alert, and I've never seen that before. So it's worse now than it's ever been before. And now I'm at the point where it's like, should I even go to the grocery store?
Well, you probably should. I mean, you're going to need to eat. Doing nothing all day makes you hungry. So now, where do you actually live?
In Lynn, Mass.
So Lynn's a red spot right now.
Red. It's called a red zone.
Red zone. Well, if you ever had another reason to stay out of Lynn, there you go, right?
Yeah, the worst part about it is we buried my father the other day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it was like there was a big group of people. My sister invited everyone in Lynn to his funeral, and I was afraid to go. I was happy, like people had their arms open and they're like running to say hello to me, but I'm like, back away. I got my hands up, back away. And these people did not have masks on. A lot of these people were they're Trumpsters. A lot of them are like, oh my, did you realize did you get the emergency alert? I'm telling everybody, that was there, but it's like, geez, I had to be there. I don't see why anyone else came, but I had to go.
Well, hopefully you got to share some good memories at least with some of these people.
Oh, I'll tell you, it was great. It was outside, and my sister had all pumpkins there and a napkin. You would have liked it with the dice on it.
Oh,
and the date of my father's birth and death. It was a black napkin.
Oh gosh, I saw that. I saw that on Facebook. You put that on Facebook.
Yes. I'm a Facebook junkie,
Yeah, you know what? I absolutely love having you as a Facebook friend because you are very active. I mean, generally, if something I put on only gets one like, I'm like, well, it's usually you.
Yeah. Yeah, I go a little overboard. So anyway, here's what's really. Want to hear something really funny? So she had these napkins made up, the ones you saw. Now she needed something to go with the napkins. So she went out and she got the Joe coffees from Dunkin' Donuts and she got Ken's donuts. She got donuts and coffee and all kinds of goodies, and she put out a table. I swear to God, it was just like a Halloween party with we had real skeletons and everyone was wearing a mask and it was really bizarre. It was really a big even Bucky Barton, the local politician, was there.
Wow.
So it was a good time.
Well, I mean, I guess she didn't want the situation to go to waste. Like, well, we have a body here. Let's have a Halloween party, right? So
pretty much.
Well, it's funny because I always say because you go to somebody's funeral and people, how was the funeral? I'm like, what do you mean, how was the funeral? Like I always want to say, yeah, they hired a clown and they had balloons, but it doesn't sound too far off from what you had there.
In the taps. She got.
Wow.
She got these sailors to come with bugles, and they handed my sister this big huge folded American flag. It was incredible. It was remarkable.
Oh wow.
She did a very good job.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that, but it sounds like if you got to go, it sounds like a good send off to get.
Yeah. You know what else? Was so beautiful because in the cemetery you have a lot of foliage.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was really awesome.
Well, now let's try to get this back to a happy occasion if we can. So, do you have anything on the horizon? Has anybody said?
I caught COVID. See, I'm coughing. What?
Do you have? Is there anything set up where people say, "Hey, well, if things are good in April, we want you to appear here," or something? Do you have anything set up for the future?
Do I? No.
No, it's okay. Once things open,
if you want to set me up, I'll be happy.
I would love to set you up. I almost opened up a comedy club in the 90s. I was going to call it the Northampton Hysterical Society. Wouldn't that have been a good name?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that's actually a good name for a club, hysterics, because you have giggles. You have, you have all kinds of, laughing words.
Yep.
Hysterical is hysterics.
I think
hysterical or hysterics.
There was a place, I think, in Worcester called Giggles, I remember, and I was booked to go, and I knew a girl who lived nearby, and I said, hey, do you want to go? And she's like, yeah, do you mind if I bring my friend? I'm like, no. So I picked the two of them up, we go there, and they were the only two in the audience. There was 3 comedians and the 2 girls I brought. Unbelievable.
I'll tell you, I saw the best podcast by Joe Rogan.
Okay,
Holly
yeah.
Quinn was there, and they were talking about how it's so much smarter to work out your entire set in front of no audience, just a couple of people there, because you really can figure out what is garbage and what is real. So and I was surprised to hear them say that, as opposed to trying to work everything out in front of a big audience the way some of the bigger names do.
I always cheat. I always put a new material in between 2 ones that I know is going to work. I always cheat. I kind of stick it in the middle of the sandwich in case it's bitter.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
do you like to do all new material together, or do you like to spread it out?
No. I've been working on the same set, my entire life.
Oh, good. So,
but I still come up with different punchlines, and just like I reworked all this stuff to talk to you about. You know what I mean? I think I'm more into honing than actually, performing.
Uh-huh.
I just like to shuffle words around on a piece of paper.
Well, Patty, I don't know if you've been listening to the whole show, but you do know the basis of the show. We like to tell the backstory of a song, and you have a backstory to a song that you'd like to share.
I do. I do. And do you know what song it is?
It's yes.
And
Well,
I'm gonna-
yes, you told me ahead of time. It's "Dirty White Boy" by Foreigner.
Dirty White Boy by Foreigner. Are you ready?
I I can't wait.
Okay, Mick Jones, or
Mhm.
the lead guitarist of Foreigner, identifies the Dirty White Boy as Elvis Presley.
Really? Well, that is a
Now,
that is an interesting fact.
oh, you like that?
I didn't know that.
And of course, I'm surprised. I thought this would be like old hat to you. You know, yeah, who doesn't know that? That's what I expected you to say. You know, and so now, according to Mick Jones, the lead guitarist of Foreigner, he claims that Elvis changed the shape of music. You know, Elvis brought a sensual, sexual quality to the music world. So Dirty White Boy is a song about the heritage Elvis left behind and his effect on all the singers who came after him, including Mick Jagger. In other words, he influenced Mick Jagger. But this is only, one guy's opinion. This is the opinion of Mick Jones.
Well, Mick Jones, being the lead guitarist of Foreigner's opinion, matters pretty heavily, I think.
And because he said, according to his opinion, Elvis paved the way for Mick Jagger, and that's the backstory to. But I want you to know, I still like Jerry Lee Lewis the best.
Yeah, there's a
and
bad boy.
Yeah, because he married his 13-year-old cousin, right? I mean, that's dirty.
Yeah, that is dirty.
That's a dirty white boy.
So Pat, you like the bad boys? I'm sensing.
Oh yeah. Oh sure, of course.
Well, Patty, thank you for joining us. Thank you for this interesting fact that we didn't know, and hopefully we do get to work together again someday, or work together. Someday.
I do. I hope so. Thank you for having me on today, Michael.
Thank you, Patty. Patty Punch, everybody, stand-up comedian. Look for her.
Yay!
Look for her when the world goes back to normal. Thank you, Patty.
Okay. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Hey baby, if you're feeling down, I know what's good for you all day.
Yeah, Foreigner. Patty Punch's song there. My wife's right now. She's got a dirty white car, so it won't be long. She's got the part.
It's raining today, so it might wash off.
Well, part of it is that she gets unlimited car washes, so she is washing it like every 3
Oh,
days.
you bought it from Belize?
Yeah, they gave her like unlimited car washes, and yeah, she goes like every 3 days and gets it washed. White is a beautiful color on a car.
Yes,
it's just tough to keep clean, but if you
the
keep
silver
it clean,
is too. My silver,
it is
same
beautiful.
Thing. I got that ceramic stuff. I got to spray on before the winter hits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ceramic car wax.
Yeah.
I got to hit that with, for the snow and stuff.
This is kind of weird. This is a weird coincidence. We set the show up, lineup, and
it's a coinky dink.
We didn't know that Patty Punch was going to talk about Elvis, and weirdly, the next song on the list is a song by Elvis.
And you couldn't make up your mind if you just want to do a double play or not.
Yeah, we just wanted to play and do a talk, but I figured it'd be kind of fun. Let's point out the coincidence.
Right, sure, and you probably have a story for it too.
I do, and I would have told the story anyway.
Yes.
But, so the guy who wrote the song, Otis Blackwell, he was an up and coming writer, and one day he gets good news that this guy wants to do your song.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who is it? It's like, well, it's Elvis. Like Elvis. Oh wow, this guy's on the way of becoming a star. They said, well, here's the deal. Part of the deal that he has, and this wasn't Elvis's idea. This sounds like a jerky thing.
This is what the writer says.
This was right. Now this wasn't an Elvis thing. This sounds like a jerky thing, but this was the Colonel's deal.
Oh.
He says Elvis gets a co-writing credit.
Really?
For the song.
Well, money, yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry. And his friends were like, are you nuts? They're like...
The Colonel was known to drive a hard bargain.
Half of a lot of money is better than 100% of no money, stupid. And so he reluctantly agreed. So
yeah, I heard the Colonel was a ruthless businessman.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though it sounds like I don't want to blame Elvis for this. Elvis probably didn't write one little bit. Maybe he added a little,
Uh-huh.
And that counts as a writing credit. But
Otis
Blackwell wrote this song. So here is Don't Be Cruel, 89.5 WSKB.
You know I can be found sitting home all alone. If you can't come around, at least please telephone. Don't be cruel to who heart is true. Baby, if I made you mad for something I might have said, please let's forget the past. The future looks bright ahead. Don't be cruel to who heart is true. I don't want no other love, baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. Don't stop thinking of me, don't make me feel this way. Come on over here and love me, you know what I want you to say. Don't be cruel to who heart is true. Why should we be apart? I really love you, baby, cross my heart. Let's walk up to the preacher and let's say I do. Then you'll know you'll have me, and I know that I'll have you. Don't be cruel to who heart is true. I don't want no other love, oh baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. Don't be cruel to who heart is true. Don't be cruel to who heart is true. I don't want no other love, oh baby, it's just you I'm thinking of.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Donna Summer, Bay State's own Donna Summer. Now, speaking of introverts and stuff, not that she was an introvert, but she actually was like to be quiet. But she loved to play these vixens.
She could definitely hit them.
She can play these vixens in these songs. And her husband, they asked her husband after she passed, like, wow, she plays a lot of these characters. How come? And he's like, well, she's a performer. She's acting. She can. She was also an actress. She wasn't just a singer. She was an actress who could sing. And she's playing a part, and she enjoyed playing the parts. But she was not like any of these girls in these songs. And Harold Faltermeyer, he co-wrote that. Remember Harold Faltermeyer?
I love Harold Faltermeyer.
Yeah, Axel F. Beverly Hills Cop. He had that really cool instrumental.
By the way, I just heard somebody outside of here like whistling that riff.
Yeah, it's a catchy riff. I always love that scene.
And there's like, what?
I always love that scene from the Full Monty when they're standing in the unemployment office and the song comes on.
Yep,
And then
they all start moving.
One by one, they start doing their own routine, and the other guys in the line are like, "What the hell is going on?"
That's funny.
It's a great scene. If you haven't seen the movie, at least Google that scene. It's a cute scene. Cute movie. I like that movie.
Yeah.
There was another movie I saw the guy in.
I like movies that are nowadays that are something other than a remake.
Yes.
Like, I love The Commitments because it was a one-off.
Yeah.
I wasn't thrilled about the second one. It was okay.
Of course, there's going to be a sequel.
Or Eddie and the Cruisers. Great music movie.
And then that has a sequel. Eddie
has
Lives.
a third, too.
There's a third one?
Yeah, there's a third one.
Why?
Eddie Lives was, I think, wasn't that the third one?
No, I think that was the second one, I think.
Okay, I'm almost positive there's a third one, but the premise and the music and just, it was a great movie.
I'm surprised no one's attempted like Titanic 2.
How do you get away from the sinking?
But maybe they do like another story, the story of somebody else on the.
Well, there's other ships that were
have gone
sunk.
down.
Yeah, sure.
Like
the Britannia and
the Lusitania.
Yeah.
And you could go on and on about sunken ships.
Sure.
The Minnow.
The
SS Minnow. That was lost. But thanks to the fearless crew, the people survived.
Yes, absolutely.
So
they should have a Gilligan Day.
What was it? It was the
not a Bob Denver Day, a Gilligan Day.
Somebody said that if you take Emily Dickinson's writing, the way it was written, it can fit the Gilligan's.
No way.
Because I could not stop for death, it kindly stopped for me.
You have to do that someday.
Yeah, we'll have to.
We'll record that.
So Leslie Gore almost missed out on her big party here because she recorded this song with Quincy Jones. Now, Quincy Jones was just becoming famous. Now, Quincy Jones went to an event at Carnegie Hall, and he bumped into Phil Spector, who at the time was bigger than Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
And he's like, Phil, what's going on? Hey, Quincy, hey, how are you? What's going on? And Phil's like, well, I happen to, I got something really cool going. I got this really cool song called It's My Party. I'm going to record it with the Crystals. And Quincy Jones is like, uh-oh. Oh, that's interesting. Gee, Phil, I got to go. And Quincy ran.
Oh, he already had it too? He had the song too?
Quincy Jones, Phil Spector. Quincy Jones had already recorded it with Leslie Gore. And so Quincy Jones booked out of there real fast and got that thing going. And then, so Leslie Gore had the hit first, and then Phil Spector said, I'm not even going to bother to record it with the Crystals. So Leslie Gore almost missed out on her own party.
Yeah, that was her one big hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, and her brother, well, they became good writers. Her brother did the beautiful recording from Terms of Endearment.
Oh, okay, the piano solo?
Yeah, and then they co-wrote a couple songs, including Out Here on My Own by Irene Cara.
Yep, okay.
That's a beautiful song, too.
Yep.
So here is Leslie Gore, and It's My Party, 89.5 WSKB.
It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Nobody knows where my Johnny has gone. Judy left at the same time. Why was he holding her hand when he's supposed to be mine? It's
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Yeah. Jefferson Starship. That's a rocker. I like that
That's
one.
what I was saying to the kids in here.
It's a rocker?
Yeah.
That's what you said? Yeah. Did they notice it was a rocker? Did you have to point it out that it was a rocker, or did they notice it?
No, I think they got the fact that it was a rocker. They just didn't know who it was.
Okay. Well, yeah, I wouldn't expect them to. That's Jefferson Starship. And I'll tell you in a second a little bit about the name change.
Remember, they were born in the year 2000.
Yeah, I know. I could have driven their pregnant mothers to the hospital. I'm well aware of that. So who was Jane?
Good question.
Well, the keyboardist David Freiberg, who wrote the song, says he was trying to write a song in the sort of a Rolling Stones Baroque period of the 60s. And Jane was a real ex-girlfriend. However, her name was not Jane. He changed her name. I've done that in a few places.
To protect the innocent?
Yeah, I've given, sometimes if a girl has inspired it, sometimes I'll use her middle name instead of naming the actual character after her. But so speaking of the name change, Jefferson Starship, when the
I was telling this story, but
they
go
were
ahead.
going to become Starship, David Freiberg, the keyboardist, says, "You know what? I think I'm out of here." And it's a mutual thing because now we're becoming a you're bringing in outside songwriters, you're overproducing this stuff,
pop rock,
and you need a different kind of keyboardist. And I'm not that kind of keyboardist. I think I'm just gonna go. And it turned out to be a very good move for him because he joined this other band called the Quicksilver Messenger Service, where he met a singer named Linda Imperial, and they fell in love, and they just recently celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary.
That's awesome.
But when you
timing is everything.
Yeah, at first you say, well, how's this possible? But yeah, Jefferson Starship became Starship in the 80s, so yeah, the math can work. Because at first I'm like, the math doesn't. Yeah, it is. That was.
Yep, does work.
The 80s were a long time ago, Michael. Back in 19 bum, as I like to say. So yeah, it worked out well for everybody.
Yeah.
And he's still...
Well, I mean, the band went through so many iterations. They went from Jefferson Airplane in the 70s.
Yep.
And then they cruised into Starship right at the end of the disco era. And that was only a couple of years they were Jefferson Starship. And then they dropped the Jefferson and became Starship right around the time they did Mannequin. They had a couple of songs in the movie Mannequin.
Yeah.
I know. I like that movie. I'm sorry.
All right.
I know you're a movie snob and all.
I am a bit of a movie snob.
Yes, you are.
All right,
but I
so
enjoyed that movie.
Here's another interesting little thing the band tried to get. So the Turtles, they had that big hit, Happy Together. Everybody knows that.
Yes.
And their record company kept nagging them. Well, you need another hit like that, just like that. And they're like, well, we can't really just come up with, no, we want something like that that's going to be a hit. So write another hit. So they get tired of being nagged. So they come up with this song, and they think it's so ridiculous. They go, let's put the stupidest words in here. Gee, I think you're swell. We'll put that in there. And they sort of mockingly wrote this song. And they said the record company was too stupid to realize that we were just making a joke. Well, a lot of people apparently were stupid because this was also a hit. A lot of people liked it.
Yeah, but it was during the bubblegum era, so I can understand where some sappy lyrics like that would work.
But he goes, I was really surprised that it became a hit because we were just sort of trying to, mock the record company and have them leave us alone.
Sure.
So I'm sure after this that they wanted another one, I'm sure. But here is Eleanor by the Turtles, which... to me, it turned out to be a decent song, if they want to make fun of it or not. 89.5 WSKB.
You gotta think about you. I just can't live without you. I really want you, Eleanor, near me. Your looks intoxicate me. Even though your folks hate me, there's no one like you, Eleanor, really. Eleanor, gee, I think you're swell, and you really do me well. You're my pride and joy, etc. Eleanor, can I take the time to ask you to speak your mind? Tell me that you love me better. I really think you're groovy. Let's go out to a movie. What do you say now? can wait. They'll turn the lights way down low, and maybe we won't watch the show. I think I love you, Eleanor, love me. Eleanor G, I think you're swell, and you really do me well. You're my pride and joy, etc. Eleanor, can I take the time to ask you to speak your mind? Tell me that you love me better. Eleanor G, I think you're swell. Eleanor G, I think you're swell.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
Want to get in the flow with Rob and Joe? Join hosts Joe Langoni and Rob O'Lari Thursdays at 7:45 a.m. on Westfield Technical Academy's Tiger Talk.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
When I need you, I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, it's only a heartbeat away. When I need love, I hold out my hands and I touch love. I never knew there was so much love keeping me warm night and day. Miles and miles of empty space in between us. A telephone can't take the place of your smile. But you know I won't be traveling forever. It's cold out, but hold out and do like I do when I need you. I just close my eyes and I'm with you. And all that I so wanna give you, babe, it's only a heartbeat away. It's not easy when the road is your driver. Honey, that's a heavy load that we bear. But you know I won't be traveling a lifetime. It's cold out, but hold out and do like I do. Oh, I need you.
There. That's Leo Sayer. Now, the guy who wrote the song actually got sued by another songwriter saying that your music sounds awfully familiar to mine. So they hired a musologist, whatever that is. I guess somebody who's
musicologist.
Yeah, that's sort of a.
I'm guessing.
And they examined the songs and they're like, well, actually, this kind of rhythm and beat goes all the way back to Schubert. So if anyone's got a claim, it would be the family of the Schuberts. So it's pretty much dismissed.
Yeah.
Luther Vandross really made a major contribution. Luther Vandross, before he became a singer, he was a backing vocalist, and he was doing the backing vocals on this song, and there was something missing. And he told, hey, when you do that line, remember my name, check this out. So he's like, sing the line, go ahead. And she's like, remember my name. And he goes, remember, remember, remember. And people are like, hey, that's really good. And he contributed to the major part
songwriting credit
of this next song. Yes. Here's Irene Cara and Fame, 89.5 WSKB.
Baby, look at me and tell me what you see. You ain't seen the best of me yet. Give me time, I'll make you forget the rest. I got more than me, and you can set it free. I can catch the moon in my hand. Don't you know who I am? Remember my name. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly. I feel it coming together. People will see me and cry. I'm gonna make it to heaven. Light up the sky like a flame. I'm gonna live forever. Baby, remember my name. Baby, hold me tight, 'cause you can make it right. You can shoot me straight to the top. Give me love and take all I got to give. Baby, I'll be tough. Too much is not enough. No, I can ride your heart till it breaks. I got what it takes. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly. I feel it coming together. People will see me and cry. I'm gonna make it to heaven. Light up the sky like a flame. I'm gonna live forever. Baby, remember my I'm gonna make it to heaven. Light up the sky like a flame. I'm gonna live forever. Baby, remember my
Fame, 89.5 WSKB. That's the show. Hopefully you learned something. I want to thank Patty Punch for joining us. My name is Michael Buster McMahon. Drink your milk, look both ways before crossing the street, and never, ever give up your dreams. That's my pal and producer in there, Peter Cole. Say goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Peter.
We always like to end with something kind of fun, and this is kind of fun. Sammy Davis Jr. wanted to be on All in the Family so bad, and they didn't know how to get him on, so they kind of invented a part-time job for Archie and as a cab driver, and that's how he met Sammy Davis Jr., and he came over. One of the greatest sitcom episodes of all time. But Sammy wanted to make a funky version of the theme song, and he did. So that's how we're going to end up. We'll see you next week. WSKB 89.5.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Guys like me, we had it made. Those were the days. Didn't need no welfare state. Everybody really pulled his weight. Gee, our old LaSalle ran great. Those were the days. And you knew who you were then. Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. People seem to be content. $50 paid your rent, and freaks were in a circus tent. Ha! Those were the days. And you could take a Sunday spin, go and watch the Dodgers win. Have yourself a dandy day that cost you under a fin. Hair was short and skirts were long. Kate Smith really grooved the song. I don't know where we went wrong. Those were the days. Yeah, guys like me, we had it made. Those were the days. Guys like me, we had it made. Those were the days. Those were the days.